Jonathan Kuminga has stepped onto the scene in a way that nobody saw coming, redefining not just his game, but his entire presence. As the new NBA season approaches, the 21-year-old forward for the Golden State Warriors is making waves with more than just his stats. His bold new look has people doing a double take. The striking transformation isn't merely cosmetic, it's a symbol of Kuminga's hunger, his readiness to break into a new level of performance. Gone is the familiar image of the young player we've seen grow in recent seasons. Now, Kuminga is sending a message, loud and clear, that he's evolving both on and off the court. Physically, Kuminga has always had the attributes of a future star, standing at 6'7" and weighing in at a solid 225 pounds. Last season, he showcased flashes of what he's capable of, putting up averages of 16.1 points and 4.8 rebounds per game, numbers that hint at his vast potential. But while those stats were impressive, this offseason has been all about honing his strength, sharpening his agility, and preparing himself for the weight of the responsibility that lies ahead. With Klay Thompson absent from the Warriors lineup for the first time in the Curry era, Kuminga's role is poised to expand, and he's clearly putting in the work to ensure he's ready for it. His transformation isn't just in his physicality, though. It's mental, a mindset of determination and an unwavering belief that he's on the verge of something big. Then there's his new appearance, and what a statement it makes. Kuminga has embraced a 1990s Dennis Rodman-inspired look, complete with bleached blonde hair and a matching dyed goatee. It's a daring move that echoes the fearlessness Rodman was known for, and it feels like a fitting parallel for Kuminga, who seems to be channeling that same relentless energy. This isn't just about a style change, it's about embracing a persona that pushes boundaries. For the Warriors, the hope is that Kuminga brings Rodman's intensity, especially on defense, to his game this season. Whether or not a new nickname will accompany this bold new look, one thing is certain: Jonathan Kuminga is stepping into the spotlight, and he's ready to make sure everyone knows his name. As we look ahead to the 2024-25 season, the Miami Heat finds itself standing at a crossroads, surrounded by uncertainty about what lies ahead, both in the immediate future and over the long term. Central to this looming question is the fate of their franchise cornerstone, Jimmy Butler, whose contract situation has become a hot topic of discussion. Since his arrival in 2019, Butler has been the heart and soul of this team, driving them to the NBA Finals on 2 separate occasions. Despite the team's valiant efforts, they fell short in both instances, leaving a lingering sense of unfinished business. Now, with Butler approaching the twilight of his career, all eyes are on whether Miami will extend one last major contract offer to him or if they'll explore other options, both for Butler and for the future direction of the franchise. The prospect of Butler testing the waters of free agency next summer is creating a buzz across the league. At 35, he's still a fierce competitor, and his ability to deliver on the biggest stage makes him a valuable asset. Should Miami decide it's time to move on, there are whispers of teams like the Golden State Warriors and Los Angeles Lakers being potential landing spots for the veteran star. Both franchises, with their championship pedigrees and win-now mentality, could see Butler as the final piece of their puzzle. Meanwhile, Miami's track record shows that they aren't afraid to part ways with their biggest stars when they believe it's time for a new chapter. The situation with Butler could be another instance where the Heat recalibrates its long-term strategy, focusing on younger talent or even making bold moves to remain competitive in a rapidly evolving league. Whatever the outcome, Butler's decision could reshape not just his legacy but also the future of the Miami Heat. The Brooklyn Nets have recently been linked to Jimmy Butler, sparking excitement among NBA fans, but they're far from the only team eyeing the possibility of acquiring him if he decides to leave the Miami Heat next summer. While the speculation is still early, Butler's name has been tossed around in connection with other major teams, and the potential shakeup could be monumental for the league. According to Michael Sines, writing for Sir Charles in Charge in his article, NBA Rumors, 5 biggest threats to pull Jimmy Butler away from the Miami Heat in 2025, several teams beyond the Nets are seen as possible suitors, including the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Houston Rockets, and LA Clippers. These are teams that have the kind of clout, appeal, and ambition to pull off such a blockbuster move. However, among the options listed, it is undeniable that Golden State and the Lakers stand out as the most compelling choices for Butler's future. The Warriors are currently navigating a critical juncture, as they are fully aware that the clock is ticking on Steph Curry's prime. This is a team that once dominated the league but now finds itself struggling to recapture that championship magic. The urgency is palpable. They know that without a significant addition like Butler, their window to win another title could slip away. The idea of adding a player with Butler's skill set and tenacity would give them the edge they desperately need. And it's not just about talent. Butler's competitive fire would ignite the locker room, elevating the entire team's drive. Similarly, the Los Angeles Lakers have found themselves in a disappointing rut since their 2020 NBA championship. Despite having one of the greatest players in NBA history, LeBron James, the team has failed to live up to expectations. Adding Jimmy Butler to the roster would instantly reignite their championship hopes. His versatility on both ends of the court, combined with his leadership, would complement LeBron's veteran presence and provide the Lakers with a renewed sense of purpose. It's clear that either team could be transformed into legitimate contenders overnight with Butler on board, though as always in the NBA, the future remains uncertain and full of twists no one can predict.